the Relationship Counseling Program, faculty colleagues, staff, members of the press, participants in today's workshop, and my dear students. It is with great joy and a deep sense of accomplishment that I welcome you all here today on behalf of the Department of Women's Studies of Goa University for this inaugural Relationship Counseling Workshop.
The State Resource Center for Women Goa team was appointed in September this year, and we are honored to be entrusted with the responsibility to initiate relationship counseling in the state. We have put together a team of multidisciplinary experts to carry forward these workshops who specialize in areas of mental health and counseling, sexual and reproductive health, and legal advice, namely Dr. Sheila Gupte, Ms. Gayatri Rao Konkar, Advocate Caroline Kulaso, Dr. Shaheen Sayyar, Ms. Prachi Khanepalkar, and Ms. Vaishnavi Hegde. We hope to run these workshops on a monthly basis till the end of the financial year and simultaneously work towards developing a curriculum for relationship counseling. The curriculum would be developed along 3 themes: interpersonal skills, including gender sensitization, advice on sexual and reproductive health, and legal advice.
Which have emerged entirely from her initial conceptualization. I can actually, so many that I'll have to actually sit down with a piece of paper and a pencil to actually write them down. So there are many things that we have done, and in fact some of the things we are doing in the month of December that really have emerged initially from conversations that either I have had with her one-to-one or conversations where both the registrar and I have been present. And she said, why don't you do this? And then of course, we then take that idea forward and try to develop it. And I can tell you this entire notion of relationship counseling emerges entirely from her margdarshan. I mean, this idea that, we need to do this, and the university is a very good location for this.
I know that in government sometimes people resist change and people don't want to change. And sometimes in departments like Women and Child, where you need to be very open-minded, you need to involve the younger generation to move forward. I forgot to mention Asawari Naik's name, whose father I very well know, Mr. Raju Naik, who was very close to me, who was a part of the State Resource Center. But it's something, all of you need to contribute. And I think the state government needs to play a very close and important role with the Goa University. There are a lot of funds available. Many times, Shaira will tell you how the funds are not utilized. Many times people don't want to take certain issues forward. And many times you don't want to let go. Sometimes you need to let go. Sometimes you need to involve the younger generation. Actually, our first meeting, when Shaila and I had a meeting, we said, how do we get the college students and the girls from the college to come together to make suggestions on legislation that need to be made. It is very important to involve the younger generation, and today when you talk about gender sensitization, rights, it is very important that it is not only restricted to the bureaucratic interactions, or it's not only restricted to few 10 people within the government who need to make policy matters or decisions. It is the younger generation that is well exposed and much more forward thinking than many of us sitting in the chair, whose opinion needs to be taken, and especially in areas of women issues and ladies issues and college students. All of you need to come together to make these type of suggestions to the government, and this can be translated into policy making. I think it's very important in today's world where things are changing very fast. And it is happening in such a way that you all on the television, or you may be hearing various issues that take place. 181 was one of those things that we started through Shaila Kisra's intervention, and we have someone very dynamic who's also heading this 181 through Women and Child called Purti Patkar. I mean, they have been interacting with each other. What I want to say is that the State Resource Center for Women can become a nodal center in the Goa University, and state government can also fund it to take its initiative forward on various areas that you want to take and you want to achieve. And you can become that magnet that is there to attract the students from different colleges and different areas through your State Resource Center for Women, which can have a tie-up directly with the state government. Already we don't need to have a tie-up, we are working together. But same way, this will help us not only restricting yourself to a particular X issue or Y issue, but you can actually make the change in Goa that can become a policy decision of the state government to do things for the younger generation, to improve ourselves on functioning, to getting the younger generation on board and trying to come out with new innovative ways of thinking, and also thinking within the government needs to change.
पास बैठो कि तबीयत बहल जाएगी, मौत भी आ गई हो तो डर जाएगी। पास पास बैठो, किसके पास बैठो? दादी सास के पास बैठो, सास के पास बैठो, और भी कुछ लोग हैं उनके साथ बैठो। आज के जमाने में काउंसलर के पास बैठो, प्रोफेसर के पास बैठो, अपने मन की बात को खुल के कहो, कोई गांठ नहीं रहने दो। जब फर्स्ट ईयर से लेके और 6th ईयर तक पढ़ाई करते हैं बच्चे, उनके मन में बहुत सारे प्रश्न आते हैं, तो बहुत ऐसे विद्यार्थी हैं जो अपने लेक्चर से, प्रोफेसर से भी खुल के बात करते हैं। लेकिन शादी विवाह होने के बाद भी, परिवार बसाने के बाद भी बहुत सारे प्रश्न आते हैं, और ये जरूरी है कि ऐसे समय में प्रश्न उठेंगे। प्रश्न उठने का सबसे बड़ा सवाल होता है कि नए परिवेश में कैसे एडजस्टमेंट होगा, कैसे निभाएंगे नए परिवेश को, कैसे निभाएंगे। अपरिचित आदमी है जिसको कभी देखा नहीं, अब ये भी समय बदल गया, अब तो सब देख के विवाह होता। तो उसके बावजूद कुछ लोग चाहिए, वो पास चाहिए, जिसके साथ बैठ के अपनी बातों को खुल के रख सके, प्रश्नों का उत्तर पा सके। और प्रश्नों का उत्तर इस तरह का, सबसे बड़ी बात होती है एडजस्टमेंट, निभाना।